Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid V Ground Zeroes. What a long title. It's finally here, and I don't know, I'm so happy. I can't. Ah! um, yeah, play now. So, I've played the main mission, so it's not a blind LP, but I'm gonna try a different approach than I did in my private playthrough. Um, I will make this one the night mission, but I will also make an LP of the day mission, which will be blind. So yeah, let's see what's in store here. It's a long ass loading screen, that's for sure. Konami. Kojima Productions, my man. Fox Engine. This game has an autosave feature, blah blah blah. Hello there, Snakey. Checking save data. Do not insert or remove. Connecting to server. Which server? Well... My completion ratio is 9%, so I didn't get everything. So yeah, let's read the backstory, which just tells the story of Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, but I will read it. There lived a man who was a legend among mercenaries, a man who put together a formidable unit of soldiers of fortune, long before the advent of private military companies that dared to call itself a nation. A man who, with his nation at the back, made an enemy of modern capitalist society and the world. This is his story. For us, there is no victory, Snake. Known by code names such as Snake and later Big Boss, he proved himself as an agent of US Special Forces Unit Fox, but a certain incident spurred him to part ways with the military, and he's said to have roamed the world's war zones as a gun for hire. In 1974, Snake and his partner Kazuhira Mila were running a small mercenary outfit in Colombia when they were visited by a man claiming to be a professor from Costa Rica's University for Peace. According to this professor, there had been several incidents involving a mysterious armed group in Costa Rica, a country without a military of its own. That's historically accurate. The professor was accompanied by one of his students, a girl named Paz, who had been abducted and assaulted by this group. The professor and Paz offered to hire Snake to drive the group out of Costa Rica. However, Snake saw through their deception in an instant. The professor was actually a KGB agent in the armed group in question, backed by the CIA. The Cold War was no stranger to such overseas clandestine operations between US and Soviet agents, but the CIA's motives were a mystery. Paz had escaped from one of the CIA group's facilities with a cassette tape. On it was the voice of the woman known as the Mother of Special Forces, the Boss. With a popular song from 1973 playing in the background, it was reasonable to conclude that the recording was made recently. Snake was stunned. The boss was supposed to be dead. What was she doing in Costa Rica? I'm sorry. The boss was Snake's mentor and the only woman he ever loved. But only as a mentor, not like, you know what. But 10 years prior, Snake was forced to take the boss's life as part of a mission, a bitter memory that still haunted him. Despite realizing that she simply could not have survived, Snake was unable to turn the professor down. telling himself he was intervening as a deterrent for a defenseless country, as well as to honor the virtue of past name, peace. Snake departed for Costa Rica. Once there, he ran into a unit of the Sandinista National Liberation Front that had fled Nicaragua. After rising up against the pro-American Somasa regime, these rebels had become targets for the CIA group, who killed their commandante and left the unit in shambles. Snake rescued the Sandinistas and invited them back to Mother Base, the new offshore base of operations provided them by the KGB. The fallen commandante's children, Amanda and Chico, saw something of their hero Che Guevara in Snake and grew to idolize him. This triggered a rapid expansion of Snake's forces. However, he was still no closer to discovering what the CIA was really up to in Costa Rica. Snake then encountered Huey, a wheelchair-bound scientist being forced to work for the CIA. Huey revealed the CIA's terrifying plot. They were to developing a system by which, following radar detection of an enemy nuclear launch, an AI would analyze all available data and automatically execute a retaliatory nuclear strike at an appropriate target. Although designed to increase the power of nuclear deterrence, Codeman, the CIA Central American station chief, planned to actually launch a nuke to demonstrate the effectiveness of automated retaliation. This demonstration was only 5 days away. Snake rushed to the development lab to stop the AI from being completed. Upon infiltrating the lab, Snake was greeted by the voice from the tape, that same voice of his lost mentor, but this was in fact the voice of the retaliatory system's AI. Its developer, Dr. Strangelove, had selected the boss, the so-called greatest soldier who ever lived, as the AI's intellectual model. However, succumbing to personal obsession, Strangelove had deviated from the research's original purpose. Not only had she reproduced the boss's voice, she was on the verge of bringing her psyche back to life in AI form, driven by a bizarre kind of love. But if the boss could truly be revived in every detail, if only in AI form, Snake hesitated, as Strangelove's idea touched his sense of loss. His guard down, Snake was immediately captured. The boss AI was completed, and Peace Walker, the nuclear-equipped walking battle tank housing the retaliatory AI system, went active. Snake fought in vain as Peace Walker prepared to fire the nuke, but in the face of catastrophe, it was ultimately a machine that saved mankind from nuclear annihilation. The boss AI sank Peace Walker to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua, stopping the launch. With the crisis behind him, Snake took advantage of his recent mobilization to continue Mother Base's expansion indefinitely. Snake understood that the AI had acted to save the world, but it did not change the fact that this system based on the boss mind had chosen at last to lay down its weapon. As a weapon himself, Snake felt the act to be a rejection of his life. Undeterred, Snake and Miller invited Doctors Huey and Strangelove to Mother Base to develop MGS V, a bipedal weapon that eventually equipped with a nuclear warhead, suddenly making their unit a nuclear power. Meanwhile, Mother Base took in Paz, already an orphan but now left without even her KGB benefactor following the end of the crisis. However, this was all engineered by an intelligence agency known as Cypher. Under Cypher's orders, Paz got close to Amanda, Chico and the others while exploring more and more of the base, secretly plotting to hijack Zeke. Her objective was to use the weapon as a bargaining chip to force Snake into the military arm for Cypher. Paz's attempt failed when Snake defeated Zeke and she was thrown beneath the waters of the Caribbean. It was only then that Snake learned Chico had fallen in love with her. A diary she kept right on the base was discovered several days later. It revealed a young girl torn between serving Cypher and following her heart. So these were the events of Peace Walker. Now there are 2 additional pages. Let's see what they tell us. Perhaps due to past revealing the existence of Snake's nuke to Cypher, the International Atomic Energy Agency contacted Mother Base to request that it agree to a nuclear inspection. If word got out that Snake's unit had a nuclear weapon, it would face severe criticism from around the world. But Yuri, acting on his own, informed the IAEA that Mother Base would allow the inspection. His reasoning was that as long as they kept Zeke and its nuke hidden from the inspectors, they could demonstrate to the international community that they were not a threat. The option to call off the inspection having expired, Snake and his men reluctantly got preparations underway. Meanwhile, Amanda, deployed to Cuba to assist the Sandinistas, learned that Paz has survived. Timing could not have been worse. Suspecting her of turning her back on the organization, Cypher had captured Paz and was interrogating her at a US military base on the southern tip of Cuba. Chico learned of this and set out to save Paz by himself. Dumbass. It was not long before a radio message from Chico reached Mother Base, saying he too had been captured. Dumbass. With an idea as to Cypher's true identity, Snake could not allow for Chico and Paz knew to fall into their hands. Furthermore, if he could rescue Paz, he might be able to get information from her that would help him fight back against Cypher. On the eve of the nuclear inspection, Snake made the decision to leave for Cuba. Phew! Alright, that was enough backstory. Oh, cassette type, listen to type. Import music from Xbox 360 system, start to play in-game after... Oh, that's cool. I've only... Chica's tape 3, which is part of the mission. Alright, mission select. The mission ground zero. That's the Jamais Vu mission. Yeah, I have the Xbox 360 version with the action pack Jamais Vu mission, but I want the Deja Vu mission from the PS3 so badly because just you have to recreate MGS 1, and this is one of my favorite Metal Gear Solid games. Yeah, we have the side ups here, which become available after beating ground zeros. Yeah, let's play normal and let's begin. In an era when the world was divided into East and West, blah blah blah. I wanted to read that. The boss, the mother of special forces, the hero of... Oh, let's start mission. It's just... yeah. That's what I was reading. Start mission. A Hideo Kojima game, my man. Origin story, Hideo Kojima, Camp Omega, maximum security. Written by Hideo Kojima. Yoichi Shinkawa. Also my man. Music by Harry Gregson Williams. Awesome guy. Okay. More people. What you gonna do, bitch? Oh, it's Chico. Dumbass from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
She told us everything.
Yeah. Who? Pass?
Don't worry.
Pass.
I
Don't
kept
worry.
my word.
Kept my word.
She didn't suffer long.
Oh no, she's dead.
Here. You earned it.
Ah, his cassette tape.
How's it feel to play the traitor?
The traitor? Oh,
No
Chico.
more war games. You're a real man now, soldier.
Ricardo Chico Valenciano Libre, young volunteer in Snake's private army. Oh, what's that in his chest?
Give my regards to your boss when you get home.
Wait, you're expecting me to rescue him? Oh, here's to you. Eee, rats. Oh, I kinda like rats. Dude, you look kind of burnt. Okay. Lead cinematic artist Norifumi Hosoya.
10 days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive.
Oh,
She survived.
She survived.
She was rescued by a Belizean fisherman who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So
Oh
what's the
yeah.
plan?
Hot girl
Silence her
survived.
before we're compromised?
No, I've got something else in mind. Our friends at Cypher suspect Paz could be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie on communist soil.
Yeah.
And out of U.S. legal jurisdiction.
The upcoming inspection of Mother Base has to be connected somehow. The timing's too perfect.
The UN's nuclear inspection.
My guess is they're trying to corroborate Paz's leak.
There are many soldiers.
Word of our capabilities gets out, and we'll have the whole world out to shut us down. Having an American private intelligence agency involved's bad news. Cypher's the ones who sent Paz to us in the first place.
She knows their true nature.
Right. Paz is our only link to Cypher.
Fox.
If she's
Oh,
still
it's a
alive,
Fox unit.
we need her on our side.
Or not. It's a XOF unit. It's just Fox backwards. Okay, what did
Trojan horse is in!
Like I said, you look pretty bad burned. A hobbit turret.
This pirate crackdown's a go! Move!
Alright, loading screen. I love the 10 signal for taking off. I wonder who invented it.
So who's the other target?
That would be Chico. He's being held in the same area as Paz. Last
Okay.
radio contact was 40 hours ago. Find them both. Bring them back alive. Enter the compound from the south cliff. Secure Chico and Paz, then report back from the rendezvous point.
Okay. Operation False Flag here. And there we are. Big boss. Or, wait, it's just a patch? Now there's Big Boss.
We'll send a chopper from across the Cuban border. You should be back at Mother Base in time for lunch. You'll probably just miss our guests.
Okay.
The only
Sounds
catch
good.
is you go in solo. The politically sensitive nature of the mission means backup is not an option.
Fine. I like some alone time now and then.
To do what? To pleasure the snake. Oh, it's worth to mention that this is not Solid Snake, for those of you who don't know that. It's Big Boss. Snake's, in under quotations, fathers. Solid Snake is just a clone of him. So this one's the real deal here.
I'm in front of the prison camp.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
I'm flattered. Snake, from here once known by the codename Big Boss. Yeah, and you kept us waiting. Voiced by Kiefer Sutherland.